Even the Bible knew that finding a good woman, a virtuous woman, was hard to do, okay? And the Bible was written a long time ago. So even back then, finding a good woman was not easy. And especially these days, with feminism and all of the lifelong brainwashing that a lot of these chicks have had, finding a good woman, man, it's, you know, you got your work cut out for you if that's what you're looking for. And you know, I'm not going to say it's impossible because, you know, as a professional dating coach, I've found a number of good women out there. I've always backed up the fact that, hey, if you're looking for a good woman, I mean, yeah, you can find one. You will just have to sift through a lot of bad apples, right? And the Bible will back me up on that, right? So today I'm going to read from Proverbs 31-10. I think this is going to resonate with a lot of you guys. I mean, even if you're not believers, that's fine. I think you'll get a lot of value from today's coaching video either way. So let me just go ahead and read this, guys. This is the Bible talking about how hard it is to find a good woman. So Proverbs 31-10. I'm just going to read straight from it. A good woman is hard to find and worth far more than diamonds. Her husband trusts her without reserve and never has reason to regret it. Never spiteful, she treats him generously all her life long. She shops around for the best yarns and cottons and enjoys knitting and sewing. Most good girls like to knit. They like to sew. I've noticed that. They like to, they call it crochet. They like to crochet. She's like a trading ship that sails to faraway places and brings back exotic surprises. She's up before dawn, preparing breakfast for her family and organizing her day. She looks over a field and buys it. Then, with money she's put aside, plants a garden. First thing in the morning, she dresses for work, rolls up her sleeves, and is eager to get started. She senses the worth of her work, is in no hurry to call it quits for the day. She's skilled in the crafts of home and earth, diligent in homemaking. She's quick to assist anyone in need, reaches out to help the poor. She doesn't worry about her family when it snows. Their winter clothes are all mended and ready to wear. She makes her own clothing and dresses in colorful linens and silks. Her husband is greatly respected when he deliberates with the city fathers. She designs gowns and sells them, brings a sweater she knits to the dress shops. Her clothes are well made and elegant, and she always faces tomorrow with a smile. When she speaks, she has something worthwhile to say, and always says it kindly. Unlike many females today, right? When they speak, they don't really have anything that worthy to say. I mean, usually they're talking about, what, the Kardashians or the latest gossip news, or just something that has no essence or any weight to it. She keeps an eye on her in her household and keeps them all busy and productive. Her children respect and bless her. Her husband joins in with words of praise. Many women have done wonderful things, but you've outclassed them all, says her husband. Charm can mislead and beauty soon fades. The woman to be admired and praised is the woman who lives in the fear of God. Give her everything she deserves. Festoon her life with praises. So that's the end of the verse. And basically everything in this verse, Proverbs 31-10, that describes what a good woman is very, very hard to find in the world today, right? In the world today, as we sit here in my DeLorean, even if we were to time travel back, we would have to time travel beyond the 60s, okay? So we would have to go beyond 50 years ago to really start finding more of an abundance of these type of women. These traits, again, especially these days, are hard to find. You would need to find a woman whose mother embodied these traits and respects her mother and wants to be like her mother. The problem is a lot of these women's moms that they grew up with don't really embody these traits. You know, that's not to say all, I'm just saying a lot of them. But even the Bible knew, man, finding a good woman is not something that's easy. So you're not gonna find a good woman, you know, out at the clubs every Friday, Saturday night. You're not gonna find a good woman bar hopping. You're not gonna find a good woman, you know, at many of these like venues that a lot of your buddies are going to on the weekends. I mean, good women just aren't out at these places. You're gonna find them in like bookstores. You're gonna find them during the day. This is why I teach a lot of day game, by the way. You're gonna find them at museums, parks, you know, places like that. And I'm just being real. These are places where I've found good women. And it's not to say that I've never found like any good women at venues, because I have. And I've mentioned this before in a lot of my coaching videos, that the good women that I've happened to run across in venues just happened to be there because it was a girlfriend's birthday or it was a cousin's event, and it was something that they don't normally do, but they just happened to be there that night, and I had met them. And sure enough, not surprisingly, once I started dating them, these were places that they did not return to, okay? It wasn't like, oh, okay, can't see you Friday, I'm going with my girlfriend clubbing. No, it's always like, okay, what do you want to do Friday? I spend weekends with my boyfriend. What do you want to do? You know, finding good women, man, you're gonna have your work cut out for you, but this is why you follow coaching videos like mine, and you take the lessons you learn from me to go out there and find yourself exactly that. You're gonna come across a lot of bad women, okay? There's no shortage of bad women out there that you're gonna come across. It's very easy to find a chick who's all tatted up, bull ring through her nose, who has, you know, green hair, and is going to talk down to you, disrespect you, mouth off to you, and all this other stuff. But it's very hard to find like a woman who is virtuous and does not embody those traits and basically doesn't follow the masses, right? Let me turn this way. It's a little wind's kicking up, but it's not following basically the mainstream or the social engineering that all of her friends have been, you know, likely programmed with. Don't give up hope. You know, if that's what you're looking for, don't give up hope. Just, you know, be willing to go through a lot of, like I said, a lot of, you know, bad apples. It's no different than starting a business. I just did a business coaching video earlier today, and one of the biggest points that I drove home was that you're gonna fail, right? Don't expect your first idea to work, at least not in the form that you think it's gonna work. You know, it might work, but then again, it might not. But just be ready for failure, because you're gonna go through a lot of failures before you get to the idea that does work, that financially frees you, that might even make you a millionaire, right? You're gonna have to go through a lot of failures. And if you happen to, you know, knock it out of the park on your first swing, hit the jackpot on your first pull, good for you. But that's just something that is super rare, doesn't happen all the time. The way life works is you kind of have to sift through all the BS, you know, to find a winner. It's especially true when it comes to dating. When it comes to finding a suitable partner for yourself, you have to sift through a lot of garbage to find a gem, to find a diamond. I mean, I'm a professional pickup artist. I'm in venues all the time. And I will tell you, just based on my own experience, over 90% of the women I come across are, you know, I'm not gonna call them garbage, but they're just not for me. They're not what I'm looking for. They're not high caliber women, high value women. They're just not what I'm looking for. But generally that 5 to 10% tends to be exactly what I'm looking for. And even that 5 to 10% is a little high, right? That's a little high. For most guys, the percentage would more or less be like 98% bad apples and then 2% good apples, like 2% good women is what they would find. Mine is a little bit higher just because I've been out there so long and I've been able to identify exactly what type of chicks I'm looking for and really just kind of limit the type of venues that I go to places where I know the type of girls I'm looking for are most likely to be at, right? So rarely will I go to like nightclubs Rarely will I do that. If I do, it's usually just to keep my own skills sharp, to keep my own game sharp, or just because I want to be around music, or I'm taking my girl there. I'm not going to go these places like looking for a high value chick. I'm just not expecting to meet her there. I mean, if I happen to meet her there, great. But I know, you know, 9 out of 10 times I'm just not going to meet her there. I'm more likely to meet her at other venues that I tend to frequent where I look for chicks like that, and they might be like hotel bars, certain restaurants, lounges. I like hotel lounges, especially when I'm traveling. Day game, museums, as I mentioned, things like that. Sporting events. It's just places that you would not expect a professional pickup artist to go. But this is why I'm successful, and this is why I have the girls that I do in my dating rotation. But more than that, it's my mindset. I'm not expecting to knock it out of the park on my first swing. I'm not expecting, you know, to just come across like scores of good women, good high caliber, high value women out there. I know that I'm gonna have to sift through a lot of nonsense, a lot of BS to get to the diamonds. The problem is a lot of guys, they just give up too early. They give up too early and they quit. And then, you know, they start like going MGTOW, all this stuff, and it's like because they've had experiences with so many bad women, and I don't fault them. I'm not faulting them and saying, oh yeah, no, man up. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, hey, I'm with you. I don't doubt that you were with some probably some awful women, right? But that's an opportunity for you to kind of revise your game and to go out there and just, you know, try to stay away from the bad apples and just go through those failures until you get to a decent female, right? A good girl, a girl that is cool, that you'll like, that you'll enjoy hanging out with, that you can bond with, you know? And obviously no partner's ever gonna be perfect. You're never gonna be perfect. She's never gonna be perfect. She's still gonna shit test you? Absolutely, right? It's in her DNA as a female to shit test you, to press on you, to push you, right? And again, some females will do that more than others. That is part of your journey with finding these chicks, finding these high value women, right? And again, I do this for a living. I find high value women all the time. A lot of times they're not for me. I'm not attracted to them, so I will push them off to a student. I will push them off to a wingman, and that I feel that they can connect with better, because I'm in abundance. I don't need to have sex with every hot girl that comes in my life. I don't mind if like I meet a hot girl and I feel like she's gonna be a better partner for a good friend of mine or a wingman of mine, or many times a student of mine. I will pass her off to a student and I'll be like, hey, I got you a hot chick, don't screw this up, don't make me look bad, right? And then the guy will, you know, basically run off with that chick. And so don't give up hope, guys. Yeah, there are good women out there, they're just hard to find, and even the Bible knows that. Even the Bible will tell you how hard it is to find a good woman, but it's part of the journey. Okay, it's part of the journey. I mean, I equate everything to business. Again, like I said, in starting a business, you're gonna go through a lot of failures before you finally hit success. That's just the way it works. If you go to a slot machine, you're gonna be pulling that lever a bunch of times before you hit the jackpot. That's just the way life is. I mean, whether we're talking about women, whether we're talking about money, doesn't matter, right? Every aspect of life, that's just how reality works. And with that said, I am going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on my YouTube channel. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton when you guys actually subscribe to my channel. So please make sure you're subscribed, and also feel free to share my coaching videos with other like-minded friends of yours who also want to become their best versions of themselves. Not only do I want you to subscribe, but I also want you to tell your friends about our channel and have them subscribe as well, so we can reach other men, okay? And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I am talking about 8 9s, and 10s, the exact same type of women that myself and my students are out there cold approaching and bringing into our lives every single week. And I kid you not, guys, we're doing this every single week. We're doing this consistently, okay? Consistently. We're not having any dry spells or anything like that. We're doing this consistently. This is the absolute best way to support my work. And right now it's only $1. This is the absolute best way to support my work. So if you love what I do, if you love my content, if you love my DeLorean, I love this car, then jump into 7 Months of Mastery. It's real easy to get signed up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It only takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.